Hi everybody, I hope your day is going well and everybody's working on end of month. Right now I'm going to go ahead and show you a few things to keep in mind before you close out. First one is we need to talk about how to view and modify days. So you can see here, here's the tab that I am going to discuss. And you guys know when you put in your sales for the day, it lets you actually say if it's a breakfast day or lunch day, which, we're all pretty familiar with. When you go to this view modify days, we actually added something new. And you can see we have your SSO or SFSP breakfast and lunch. So I want to talk about that. We're trying to track days that are not in our budget. So if you ran this program for SSO or SFSP in July or August, and I'm under Niles now because it's a good example. She ran it in July and in August. So she has checked breakfast and lunch for these days. However, I did not budget for these days in the program. So we actually need to uncheck the breakfast and lunch and check SSO breakfast and lunch. Because then on your operating report, it's not going to account for these days, but it's still going to track the daily participation. You can see that these are actually locked. It's already locked for July and for August. So you need to notify Tom and let him know you want to modify your days for July and August and go ahead and uncheck those. Again, this is only for those that are right now feeding for that July and August. Some of you this might not apply to, but go ahead and reach out to Tom and get those switched over. And then once you get to September, you can see it's highlighted blue, and we can actually modify those before we close out. So this one actually looks great. We have it checked for the days for breakfast and lunch. I don't know if there's a school out there that is feeding weekends or maybe holiday meals. If you do get to that point and you do a recap on the weekend or on a holiday, say she did decide to feed on Labor Day, then you need to modify those and come back in here and check that as SSO or SFSP. So the reason, again, for that is if you're serving on a holiday, in-service day, a weekend, a summer day that is not the original start of the school calendar, or it's a day outside of our budgeted serving days, and you are doing the program in SSO, which all of you are doing, then we will need to go ahead and account for those sales under SSO and not a regular school breakfast and lunch day. I know this is very confusing because I reread the email on how to do this about 5 times. So if you guys want to go ahead and try to modify these days for us, that would be great. It's easier for you to do it rather than me trying to figure out what days you started, what days you didn't. So call me if you have questions about that. The other tab I want you to realize is the notification tab. So please remember the notification tab is really important that we're filling out, and you can see, we're tracking the days that our transmittal is sent, or if you do not have a transmittal due, and that you're recording your recap. So this needs to be for every Friday. So actually, you can see these are highlighted out. So her next one will be for this Wednesday because it's the end of the month. Last month I got many that were not completed yet. So if they're not completed when you send your end of month, I will be sending your paperwork back for you to go ahead and fix that. If you have not sent in your expense report, please send in your expense report so we can get that on your transmittal for tomorrow. Remember, you will be sending your transmittal on Thursday, And on Thursday, your import, if you had an order anytime this week up till tomorrow, September 30th, it will be on the transmittal for week ending September 30th. For all of you, we will be working on a one-on-one basis for your claim submission. Because we have some of you accounting for National School Lunch Program and then switching over to the SSO, I would like to work with each of you before you tell your district to submit your claims. So once your application has been approved and we're able to go in and actually enter our data, I would like you to reach out to me and say, hey, I'm able to open the claims and fill it in, and then I would like to talk before you have somebody go in and actually submit for payment. So I don't really have anything else. Again, call me if you have questions about how to view and modify those days. It will affect most of you, but not all of you. Thanks, guys.